We're going to look at the brain in several walkthrough videos. For this video, we're going to do a superior view of the brain and a lateral view of the brain. So here we're looking at a superior view of the brain. This is the anterior side of the brain. This is the posterior side of the brain. So this is the right cerebral hemisphere. This is the left cerebral hemisphere. I'm going to rotate the brain so you can see it in a lateral view. So here's a lateral view of the brain. If we go back to a superior view, here you can see this groove that's between the left and the right hemispheres. This is the longitudinal fissure. Now on the brain, each one of these bumps is called a gyrus, and each groove is called a sulcus. On the brain, we have different lobes. So this lobe up here, this is the frontal lobe. Here is the parietal lobe. And back here is the occipital lobe. From a lateral view, again, you have frontal lobe, parietal lobe, occipital lobe, and then down here, this is the temporal lobe. Here's how you can separate out these different lobes. Two structures that you need to know from your anatomy list that will help you with this. So coming off the longitudinal fissure, there's a sulcus that runs from the longitudinal fissure all the way down to the temporal lobe. So this one right here. This is the central sulcus. On this side, it's set a little bit more posteriorly. So here is the central sulcus. Now there are two bumps that you need to know. There's one anterior to this. This is the precentral gyrus. The one posterior to this is the postcentral gyrus. Everything that's here and anteriorly is the frontal lobe. And then everything that's behind this is the posterior half of the brain, and this is the parietal lobe right here. Now when we do a lateral view, you can also see down here the cerebellum, and then you can just see a little bit of the spinal cord, and then the medulla oblongata and pons are here as well.